This session talks about whatever the credit control area you have defined, right? That where you have going to assign. So basically your credit control area you can able to assign at a company code level. So that means whatever the sales areas you defined, all sales areas will be applicable, falls under that particular company code. Okay. So I'll just try to explain you in with this with some example, and either you can able to individually restrict your credit control area sales area wise also. These are the two levels actually. Let's get on to the example now. See, let's take an example. We have defined one CAR is our credit control area, right? So in this, basically I have an operations. Basically, I have an operations for the company code UNUK and FR40. Okay, sorry, UNUK and FR40. UNUK is UK based company code, and FR40 in my example, it is a France based company code for the total Europe. So let's take an example. So I'll just try to extend this for your understanding. Okay, so I'm just taking these two company codes. So one CAR I defined for UK. Okay, so I can able to use one CAR for these two company codes also. So then that is common company code. Then that that credit control area is that centralized credit control area. Like this, you can able to define N. That I am going to explain. I'll show you the slide how it works. So first you try to understand this. Your customer, your customer can be like, just take, maybe he's a retailer or wholesaler. Okay, so your customer is basically from retail background or wholesale background. Okay, so assume that he is a wholesaler, he is supplying, X is the customer, is the wholesaler, he is buying the goods from this UN UK from London, and he is having a retail unit across the globe. Not only wholesaling, he is having own retail. So you, company never say that don't do the business till your end customer. Like this guy is a wholesaler, sometimes he will do the wholesale and sometimes he do the retailing also. Okay, let's take an example. This is one of the scenario. Okay, or else you have some distributor. Okay, distributor one, this distributor is supplying the goods to wholesalers and retailers. In the similar way, he is having his own outlet in some other town or city. So that time he will sell to the, he will behave like a retailer. So whatever the cause you take, whatever the scenario you take, like one CR is the common credit control area for your customers. Okay, or else you'll try to understand like this. So you have a one CR credit control area. You have a uh, king, one retailer is there. Basically, he is a retailer. Okay, this guy, this guy is sharing this credit control area with the credit limit of 10 lakhs. Okay, basically this is 10 lakhs total credit limit. Assume that he is the retailer, he is the person, retailer, doing the business in France also. Okay, let's take an example. We haven't defined, I'm just taking this one CAR. Okay, so he is having outlets in UK also, outlets, sorry, in Europe also. And this is for UK based operations, this is for your EU countries, Europe based operations. He is the retailer, he is selling the, he is buying the goods, right? So like assume If he is doing operations in UK, okay, as a retailer, so he is having 10 lakh. Let's assume he is doing with Europe another 10 lakh. Instead of either he has to pay, suppose individually, so company is saying that UK business is separate. If you have any amount as a credit exposure you utilized or a limit you have utilized, you have to pay it back UK. Okay, then I can say that my company code is UN UK. I will assign individually this. Okay, so similar customer got extended for Europe, but Europe credit limit and Europe business, they are going to do it in separate phase of section in their account books. Certain cases, FR40 company code, I'm going to assign. You see the assignment. So this same customer, but they're having individual credit control areas. So this is decentralized credit control area concept. This is called decentralization. Okay. So two company codes will have two individual credit control areas. If let's assume the business says that I don't want to be separate, everything will be calculated for this customer. Like you might have 100 company codes. Certain cases, either it has to take individual or collective, that is a customer decision. You have to discuss all these things. So if you see, you and UK and FR40, if both are clubbed, so for them it is coming as a single credit control area for all these company codes. Then this you will call it as decentralized credit control area. Okay, so now you got it, what is centralized and decentralized credit control area. So in the similar example you can take in another manner. Let's take an example. UN UK is your sales organization. In that, retail is one distribution channel and wholesale is one distribution channel. Okay, so such cases, UN UK, my retail sales will be calculated 1 CAR. Okay, so UN UK, okay, my wholesale will be calculated 2 CAR. Like that, sales area wise also you can able to define your credit control areas. So basically, you can give 5 lakhs here, you can give another 7 lakhs. So both might be different customers, right? Certain cases, credit control area, if you assign to the company code, it will be applicable to all sales areas which falls under UN UK. I said here retailers and wholesalers are there, UN UK company code, and sales organization wise you have different channels are there for your sales, because retail and wholesale it can be combined because you will have a margins are different. So certain cases you will have a credit limits also different, right? So like you just take only 5,000 euros. Certain cases if you see the biggest difference, like here you can take the 7 lakh euros credit limit will be allowed for wholesalers, because wholesalers in turn going to sell to the retailers companies allowing only 5,000. Once 5,000 is consumed, block will happen at the sales order level or delivery level or billing level. So this is all about assigning your credit control area, either sales area wise or company code wise. Let's see that example on SAP system now. So there is no confusion, right? So this decentralized and centralized credit control areas, I'm going to show you. Just don't worry about that. Let's try to get onto the SAP to understand this concept. Now SPRO, reference IMG. So let's come here. So you have something called assignments, right? Let's come to the enterprise structure. Assignment. let's go to the financial accounting. Here you can able to assign your credit control area at company code level. What is your company code? UNUK. Okay. So what we have defined, one CAR, right? You can able to assign it to one CAR. Let's go and check one CAR. Okay. This is centralized credit control area. You can able to define it credit limits for, if you apply, if you assign at company code level, it will be applicable for all the all sales areas which falls under this. Okay, let's try to define one more credit control area. Okay, previously we defined one CAR, right? Let's go. Okay, I think I am there. Okay, previously this is the one we have defined. Okay, I think someone has locked this. Let me try to kill the session. Parallel session is running. It's a practice system, right? For this transaction code, use SM12. So let's try to delete this. Now close this. Now go back to the credit control area. So basically it's came on display mode. That means it's locked by someone. Okay. Let me share the screen for you. Let's click on, okay. Now go to one CAR. This I'm going centralized credit control area. Just take GBP. Okay. Currency I'm taking this for this. This I'm going to take it for, I'm just copying. I'm creating one more credit control area for Europe, FR40. FR40 is my sales organization. So you can define your own code. There is nothing like that. Basically, it should be alphanumeric code. Here, for a difference, for new customers, I'm keeping some 30,000. Okay, let's save this. Now go back. Let's close this. I'm going to show you how to assign credit control area. So now we are now in definition. Let's close this assignments. You see this assign company code to credit control area. Okay. Now come back. UN UK for this one CAR FR40. So I have two different businesses, right? Europe wise, I don't want to club it. Like your company says that, whatever the company code it is got created, it should be managed with a single credit control area, because your customer is present in UK, London, or India, Africa, anywhere. So you have to create it single company code, and you have to assign it. That's not an issue. Okay. So this is how you are going to assign sales area wise for wholesalers and retailers, and your internet sales separate limit will be allowed, and your wholesales different credit limit will be allowed, or else for your distribution different credit limit will be allowed, or else based on certain business areas. Like, if you go for TVS, they're manufacturing the motor vehicles, right? And electric vehicles. For electric vehicles, because newly launched, so then they are allowing like a maximum credit limit, like 10 lakh, 20 lakh. But ongoing already existing brands on demand, based on the demand, they can now allow different credit control area with a different credit limit. Like likewise your business area also you can able to define for your customer. You have to understand the what is your customer requirement. That is more important. Okay, you can see this sales and distribution. in that assignments, and within the assignments, if you go to sales and distribution, within that you go for assign sales area to credit control area. Okay, what is my credit control area? Sorry, what is my sales area? I'm just going to show you. See, so I have defined here in UK. Okay, this is the common division, retail and wholesales. So for this, once here, if I assign here, you need not assign at company code level. Okay, so it can be varied. Okay, I can save it. Either sales area level or company code level. Company code is your centralized for all your sales areas. You try to understand company to company code is different. Centralized and decentralization is different. And sales area wise, individual sales area, if it is the all sales areas is holding the same credit control area, then you can take the same credit control area. So you would like to calculate it retail and wholesaler different credit limits, then you can go for it. Like this, you can able to do the configuration. Okay. Basically, we have done this. So in this, let me check for Europe whether I have configured or not. For 40, I haven't done any configuration, but you can able to understand it. Okay, with this example, this is how you have to assign your sales area to credit control area. Let's try to check what SAP help talks about. Nothing, he has given sales area to credit controller. What you can understand. That's why you required a professional help to understand the things. Okay, that's fine. Let's go to the slides again. So now you understand what is company code level and sales area level assignment. This is the slide company code level for your understanding. This is at sales area level. Okay. Now we are going to see next, what is the centralized credit control area, decentralized credit control area. Okay, I'm stopping the session. Thank you. Have a great day.